Hey loves, it's your resident queerdo Arbery here. So excited to share with you my very first doll review of a doll that I've been wanting forever, and I think I got the last one because now it's out of stock, and I'm really excited. So I got the box from France, and what I got today was my very own Tossa Tossa My Bear Guy doll. And I mean, just from here, you could see how absolutely adorable that face is. When we open it up, you're going to be unbelievably excited as I was. So, Patrick Grange, who designed this doll, gave us not only an amazing doll, but also an amazing box that the doll comes in. In the front, you see it says Tossa Tossa My Bear Guy. On the side, we have the same thing. On the other side, we have the same thing. And on the back, well, obviously I had to I had to edit that out there, but it says Tossa Tossa My Bear Guy, the first cute Bear Man collectible doll, limited edition. Limited first edition, which if I did get the last one, I have to tell you I'm even more excited than I was before, knowing that this is the last one available in the first edition. Here, I put a little post-it note over his business because this doll is anatomically correct and is absolutely adorable. So let's crack this doll open and see what's inside. So here he is, our very own Tossa Tossa My Bear Buddy doll, and he is adorable. I am absolutely in love with this doll. I think he's so cute. You could see from his face sculpt what a great job these people did in giving us an amazing collectible doll. And he's just, do you love him? I love him. I love him. And I was a little surprised because I never read in the description how big he is, but he's not like Ken doll size. He's probably about like 9 inches high, where the average Ken doll is about 12 inches high. And I don't mind. I kind of like the idea of posing him next to my Ken dolls anyway because he's dreamy, isn't he? I just think he's the cutest doll I've ever seen in my whole life. And his outfit is adorable. He has this checked shirt on with suspenders and shorts. And he has these little incredibly detailed boots. Aren't they beautiful? Look at that. And they don't cut in the back like most dolls do. They have these snaps along the side, which I still haven't fully figured out how to master yet. So, Patrick, if you see this video, can you give me some pointers on how to close those well? But just look at that face. Look at that face. Ah! Swoon, 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 swoon. He's so gorgeous. He's got these little bear ears, and I'm in love with them. So let's talk about articulation, because with every doll we have to talk about articulation. This doll only has head pivot. He can't look up or down. He can only turn this way. Also, his arms can only go up, but they can't go out. So it's only arms up, down, and side to side. His legs are stationary. They don't move, which is a little disappointing in a doll of this price and this quality. I was hoping that maybe we'd get some articulation with the arms and the legs. It's a lot easier to pose a doll when you have more articulation. But again, I don't know why, but it doesn't bother me, where I feel like with many other dolls, I'd be really angry about it, especially since he's a lot more money than most dolls I purchase. I believe he sold for €119 plus shipping, and that's a lot of money for a 9-inch doll with no articulation. But again, I'm not as bothered as I thought I was going to be. I want to take off his shirt and show you really where the money goes. This body sculpt is unbelievable, and I hope you're like as gagged about it as I am. So are you ready to gag? Here we go. Look at him. Oh my God, this doll is everything. I cannot believe how much I love this doll. Now, I've been collecting queer dolls for a long time. I have Billy, Carlos, Tyson. I have the Tom of Finland doll, and just none of them compare to him. I just love everything about him. If you look up close, he has body hair, kind of carved into him. The physique is amazing. They gave him very prominent nipples. But, just look at the physique. I mean, it's insane. I'm going to just lift his arm so you can see from the side. Hold on. There we go. Look at the body sculpt here. I mean, it's crazy. There he is from the back. There's his little bear coolie. He's just so detailed and so well detailed and so kind of like that great combination of comic book and real life that I just want to talk about his privates without showing them to you. What I like the most about this Tossa Tossa doll is that they gave him realistic privates that were not super exaggerated like on the Tom of Finland doll or the Billy, Carlos, or Tyson dolls. This one looks real. It's beautifully sculpted and apparently is removable too, so that you can put in other attachments of different stages of, let's say, excitement. Okay? But it's beautifully carved and respectfully, I think, more than anything, respectfully molded, which I think is, again, very refreshing. As far as the body is concerned, I really don't have any complaints whatsoever. I'm pretty blown away by it. I mean, even his booty is like, it's just so well thought out. I mean, I just can't wait to pose this doll for you guys on Instagram and let you see how great he looks. So my question for you guys is, would you spend 119 euros or like $125 American for a 9-inch doll that has very little articulation but is sculpted like a god? I mean, this is a true piece of artwork. Would you spend that much money? I'm kind of glad I did. I'm very glad I did. But he's just magnificent. So I thought it might be interesting to kind of put our little Tossa Tossa guy here against a traditional 12-inch Ken doll so you can kind of get an idea of where they are. So here's our little Tossa guy, and here's Ken. This is one of my custom Kens that I'm going to show you on the station. They're both standing on the table. So you can see that Ken is gigantic compared to Tossa Tossa, and if I even bring him up to like Ken's level, he's just tiny compared. And again, it doesn't bother me as much as I thought it was going to bother me, but I'm in love with this doll. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. What do you think? Are you toy collectors who like to pose dolls for photos? Would you put a Tossa Tossa doll in a picture with a traditional Ken doll, despite the size differences? I feel like I want to. I feel like I'm not bothered by it at all. What do you think? So that's my review of the Tossa Tossa My Bear Guy doll. I think he's absolutely gorgeous. If it's possible to have a toy crush, I think he's my toy crush. Mochi, let's stop. Pros, he's perfect sculpt-wise. Cons, he is very expensive with very little articulation. And I'm not thrilled with the way the clothes fit, even though they sent me 2 sets of clothes for him in case one didn't fit. Neither of them really fits excellently. I do think I'm going to display him, though, without the shirt on, because both shirts are just way too big for him and they don't do him justice at all. They make his head look very small, I think, and I wish they were just a little bit more fitted to the doll than they are. But for an expensive doll, I mean, he should have more articulation. I wish he did have more articulation. But the positive side is you get quite possibly, and I'm saying this sincerely, quite possibly the greatest sculpt of a doll I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I'm just so impressed by the respect and the quality of this sculpt. So that's it. If you like Tossa Tossa, and if you like this review, like, comment. Of course, please subscribe to my channel for a lot more doll reviews and customizations to come. And as always, queer doll collectors unite.